Hello disc golfers and welcome back to MDG Media. We are here in beautiful Reykjavik, Iceland for the second round of the 2025 Reykjavik Open. It's a DGPTQ series here in Iceland. My name is Elias Luukkonen and I am joined by a local player, Blær. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have a true Icelandic here in the booth, giving us good insight. And if you watched the first round, you already saw the course already, but if you're here for the first time, you're in for an interesting round. It's not the kind of course that you see on tour very often. And the card that we have today is going to consist of no Icelandic players, unfortunately.
No.
First off, Mathias Villota, a multisport athlete, does football and disc golf, good at both of those. And Roland Kõur, also from Estonia, one of the better gap hitters in the game, very consistent with backhand and forehand. I was also able to make this lead card for the second round, feeling blessed and hopefully here to stay. And the last player, Carl Rose, a rare German on the card. Might not be, maybe this might even be the first time on MDG.
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
Not a lot of Germans here. Can you tell me about hole 1 here?
Hole 1, 135 meters. It's completely open. We have OBs on the right, left and long. So the real danger is just leaving it too much right or missing it to the left side. And there is a little hill there as well, which might make putting a bit tricky. So if you hit the cage, you might easily roll down the whole hill. And in good conditions, this hole is pretty straightforward. And you guys had some good conditions at this round, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, for sure. Second day in a row where we actually had pretty much perfect wind conditions. In the first round there was a lot of rain towards the end, but today it's clear and almost no wind. If there's any wind on this hole 1, it's gonna be a tailwind.
Just throwing the hyzer shot, skipping a bit, and he will have a circle 1 putt for birdie.
Also in first place, on -10, from Estonia, Roland Kõur.
Yeah, hole 1 actually gives you a pretty good advantage if you can throw a bit further, since if you can comfortably reach this with an overstable disc, an overstable distance driver with a hyzer shot, you really never should even be worried about the OB.
Exactly. And this is kind of a theme on this course. The open holes are quite far, so you can really use your distance there, but in the woods there are not too many holes that you have to bomb the disc, so it's good to give some advantage to the long throwers on these open holes.
Yeah, very much true. A couple of good shots by the Estonians, and I have been struggling with this hole. I'm trying to go for a wide hyzer actually, but the disc comes out super low and straight, luckily getting a good skip to the circle.
Fourth on the tee, from Germany, Carl Rose.
Carl being my Kastaplast teammate. A solid player. He was saying that he actually had a very good performance earlier today. That I think they played some short course to warm up. Apparently he was feeling really good.
Great putt from Mathias. Good. It's always nice to start with a birdie on this hole for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely, you know, depending on the player. I felt some little nerves on this hole number 1 even, and Carl admitted that he felt a lot of nerves, and you can see that on the putt there. Myself as well, little 8-meter putt to start. It's a good one to make, hopefully,
Great
and that's
putt.
a great, super nice catch by the basket too. Far on that right side. But I'm feeling comfortable on the green. It's usually, for this season, my problem has been the driving, and the putting actually has been very good.
And you look so happy.
I was so happy to make that putt.
And Roland leaving it low once again.
Yep, that's his miss, unfortunately. Always keeps it on the line almost.
So 2 birdies, 2 pars, not too bad.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty normal for this hole, especially for the lead card. Everybody has the distance to get it. And hole 2, this can be a tricky hole depending on what your play is. It's 119 meters, and since we have pretty much no wind, the over-the-top play is super nice. So this is what I'm doing, this is what some other players are doing. Just throw it super high over the trees and try to crash somewhere near the basket. It's pretty consistent play, but if you want to park it with the perfect shot, you can also go down the middle with a slight turnover. It's just so much more technical, I think it's not really worth it here.
I agree, for sure. It gets so tight there in the end, and you could kick wherever if you would hit 1 tree.
Yeah, Mathias...
Oh, he's actually going for the gap there.
Going for it and missing the gap, but actually a pretty good result for such a big early release. He's gonna have a putt from sort of 15. I think one more reason why the over-the-top play is kind of nice is if you just throw it high enough, you almost can't bogey this hole if you go over the top. You're always inside of circle 2.
A bit left from you, but you will still have a putt for the birdie.
Yeah, that was an early release, but still somehow I am just 12 meters away.
When Roland easily has the power to go over, but as you said before, he's so good hitting those gaps. But unfortunately, this one was a bit too right. And from there's almost no chance at the birdie.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised to see him going low. I mean, even if you are the best gap hitter in the world, I think it still would be worth it to go over the top if you have the distance.
I agree. Maybe they just didn't try it in practice, I don't know.
Could be true, yeah. We've had really good weather the entire week though, so even in practice it wasn't super windy, which that could be a logical reason for not trying the over-the-top play.
That's quite surprising for Iceland. Like this, you probably feel like you're playing a different tournament from last year.
Yeah, for sure, it's definitely normal to see a lot of wind. Mathias here, good bit from C2. He was about 15 meters out there, a couple of trees in the way. Same for me. I have a solid straight to hyzer line with a putt, but also just a bit of a high early release there.
Good par from Roland there.
Yeah, pretty common score here. It's not the hole that you really bogey so often, but also getting inside the circle can be kind of tricky.
Small balls. 1 meter.
And in fact, we only had 3 birdies on that hole in round number 2. So definitely one of the more difficult birdies. Now onto a hole that is gonna have more than 3 birdies. It's called a par 4, plays like a par 3 to the top of the field, 125 meters. Huge hyzer shot. You wanna go sort of inside, a little bit over the first trees on the left. Push it far enough forward where you make the gap, but when you make the gap over the trees, just fade as far left as possible. It's really a blind shot that you just have to kind of feel out where is the right distance to throw the disc.
Yep. And this looks very early from Mathias. I'm not sure where this will end up.
I don't know.
And that's kind of only the only mistake you can make. If you go early,
Looking at the basket.
you might have nothing. So you really have to throw it far enough.
Yeah, we heard some tree sound, and I'm doing
Oi.
a similar one. This came out early, just like hole number 2. I'm not feeling very comfortable on the drive.
But it's possible if you go early. If you get over the trees and have the power, it still might end up being good, but I didn't see where your guys' throws ended up.
Both me and Mathias hit the early corner, but we have some shots to the green. And Roland,
this looks way better. Oi, almost acing the par 4. Did you guys hear it from the tee?
Yeah, we heard the sound of the basket, and we thought out of the hand it looked really nice. But then you just heard the huge metal sound from the... That was impressive. And he actually still has some work left from about 8 or 9 meters.
I don't think this hole has ever seen an ace before, so that would have been pretty epic if he would have made that shot.
Yeah. I guess that would have technically been an albatross as well.
Yes.
So pretty cool. Yeah, this hole, as I'm just pitching up with a little forehand, had a good spot.
Shot.
This hole is averaging with a 3.03 average. So averaging literally as a normal par 3, not even a difficult par 3.
Mm-hmm.
Carl for eagle. Not quite the high. It's gonna be an okay 3 to get.
Oh, and he got quite a large skip of the basket and just left. He will have to settle for the birdie.
Does that count as a 3-putt when you hit the basket off the tee?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Not quite.
And Mathias taking a par there, that's not gonna feel good.
No, par really feels like a bogey. It's only 18% of the field got a par, and everybody else got better than par. So definitely an easy hole. And we saw before the round, I believe when we started, the chase card was doing very well. There was Ellert on the chase card was actually 5 under through 4 holes.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that we have to shoot pretty hot today to keep pace.
Yeah, as you can see there are some hot rounds coming in. I mean, the conditions were perfect, so it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. This course is not the most difficult in these conditions. The only way it gets difficult is insane winds. As moving on hole 4, 82 meters, it's really a straight shot, but as the basket is a couple of meters to the right, it favors more of a forehand than the backhand. If you hit the gap with the forehand, you're pretty much in the circle, but if you miss the gap, you're gonna be 20-25 meters away. I'm gonna be going grenade here. It's a good play to go over the top. Basically nothing in the way if you just go super high. But for the second round in a row, I pulled it way to the right. And this is not a good spot to be.
Mm-hmm. Just catching one of the trees on the left side there, but he will still have a circle to putt.
Yeah, Roland he's actually looking pretty solid on the sidearm as well right now. I like his release. And Carl here, going very overstable, but showing that you really don't even need a straight shot if you go for a driver forehand here.
Oh, and now you have to hope for the luck on the skip, and it was perfect. The rocks on the ground there make it a little bit random how your disc will skip, but this was good. And Roland giving it a bit.
Yeah, it's that cage.
You were on the path. Wow. Do you have anything from there?
Basically, no.
Doesn't look like it.
I could see the top band of the basket showing through the branches, but really not a great line. Just try to punch through. That's Carl.
Good birdie.
Yeah, good birdie. Getting back to pace. You really would like to be birding sort of half the holes on this course. I feel like that's the pace that, you know, satisfies you. And the front nine is a bit easier. You have a couple of holes which, just like hole 3, that are kind of soft on the par. So technically you could shoot something like 10 or even 11 under on the front if you played perfect.
It's possible for sure.
Hole 5, This is a tricky one. Maybe you might actually know the play here better than me.
For me, I've played this hole hundreds of times, and for me, I've realized I feel like the skip is the only way to get underneath the basket. I mean, you could play the high shot and land at 9 meters and have the putt, but if you really want to park it, I feel like you have to skip it. It goes so much right, and it's kind of a weird angle.
Yeah, I definitely felt the same. You know, it's absolutely reachable, as you said, with that perfect skip shot. You can park the hole. But a lot of the times people struggle with getting that rightwards finish at the correct time. And Carl here, this is the high shot. That's pretty much the best case scenario, I feel.
Exactly. You have to go through the last couple of trees if you're going with this line. It looks like he's... I think he was trying to skip it up there.
I'm kind of going for the high one, but an early release. Actually, same exact shot as yesterday. So I'm at least finding consistency on this hole, even if it's not the right shot.
And this looks good.
Wow.
And it's
Perfect.
perfect. But you see, all the players are going quite far. It's hard to go so early to the right side.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going over the top. I had a good gap. And my disc is actually about 15 meters up in a tree. But at least it's close to the basket, so it's going to be a short putt for par. Not sure if I get that disc back, though.
Great birdie from Carl. Three
Yeah.
birdies in a row now. He's off to a good start.
Yeah, very clean. You know, he was a little nervous before the round, and it felt like he was still a bit nervous, but not hurting the score too much.
And there was a motorcycle running through the course there.
Bro, I have no clue. I don't know what was going on here. Moving on to another very short hole, just 77 meters. It's a dead straight shot with a little right finish. So a lot of players, for hitting the gap and also finishing right, they're going with a forehand. I'd say that's the most common play here. Backhand slight turnover is okay as well, if you feel comfortable hitting the gap. Also, grenade is okay to go over the top, if you want to do that. Yeah, really, all about just hitting the gap here. It's not a complicated hole, but it's still a pretty difficult one. Yeah, nice kick there. Anything on the fairway if you hit trees is, I'd say, pretty rare here.
Yeah. And this has to hit something. This is good. I feel like this is the forehand play. You just go towards the basket, skip a bit right, and hopefully hit something and stop. This might be... Yeah. This is one of the things that's so hard about this hole. It's the distance control. If you pure the gap, you might just go past the basket, 10, 15 long, and have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
We're going with the grenade there once again, and just outside the circle it looks like. I'm not sure how good of a putt you will have from there, but probably something.
Yeah, I actually have a perfect gap.
Nice.
But it's a bit further than it looks. It's about 15 meters away.
Okay.
A little downhill, so gonna be a short feeling putt. But yeah, you can see I have a perfect straight gap here. And I'm going pretty aggressive at this. Oh no. Mute
Wow.
your headphones for that one. But I wasn't very happy with the release.
Yeah, as you can see, he probably didn't have a clear line from there. Oh, and you went so far down.
Yeah, I'm actually
Wow.
almost outside the circle. And there was basically a 30 centimeter gap between those trees,
Wow.
which I missed.
Great birdie from Roland. Carl for the par.
Yeah, that's gonna be a sad bogey.
Yeah.
I feel like even though these short holes, they can be really difficult, just the fact that they are so short, it feels way worse to get a bogey on a hole that is 77 meters.
Exactly.
Hey guys, quick break. We just dropped our brand new 2025 MDG Media Tour clothing collection, which is now available on our online shop. You will find fresh apparel and a full lineup of discs. If you like what we do, if you want to support the project, this is the best way. See you on the website and enjoy the video.
Now moving on to one of the trickiest holes on the course, maybe even the number one trickiest. It is marked as a par 5, but a lot of players are playing it as a par 4, as it's just 146 meters and maybe 90 meters to the perfect sweet spot from the tee. It's gonna be a straight to slightly left finishing shot. Wanna land somewhere over here, where you have a straight look at the second shot. And really, if you per the drive, the second shot isn't too difficult. You only have about 60 meters, but well uphill, playing closer to 80. And yeah, just all about hitting the fairway, and if you don't hit the fairway, it's a short hole, you can still scramble for the birdie 4, even from an unideal drive.
This looks really good. Might be too far though. Yeah, the landing zone is so specific. You have to have the perfect distance, and I see so many people pure it thinking it's good, and then it's just too far and they have almost nothing. This might be tough.
Yeah, Mathias, he kicked pretty far to the right. The thing is, he's gonna have a forehand gap from there, but it's not gonna be the cleanest one. And Carl,
Opting for the forehand, that's interesting. I don't see many people going forehand on a drive here, but it looked pretty good. A bit too short, but on the fairway.
and he actually has the over-the-top play from there, which is
Okay.
really nice. And I completely shanked my drive to the right. Got lucky with the second kick, so now I have this over-the-top play to get
Wow.
kind of past the sweet spot, hopefully on my second. And this is not the easiest one to film, but I'm actually somewhere about 35-40 meters short of the basket, just on the fairway. So very
Perfect
happy with that shot.
Oh wow, this looks great.
Yeah, that was a
Hopefully,
clean hit.
hopefully staying on the fairway. I've heard a lot of people having perfect second shots, hitting something, rolling all the way down the hill again.
Yeah, definitely can happen. Carl, he had a great look over the top there.
Wow.
Went actually with a fairway driver. I was a bit surprised. I thought he would go distance driver, but still going to be putting there. Yeah, that one just hit pretty much the first tree. So this is where my shot landed. So very happy with that result.
And good shot from there as well. You only have to miss the middle tree, and then you should be fine.
Yeah, I'm actually not even good enough right now to aim on either side of the middle tree. So I just throw it up there and hope it doesn't hit it.
I mean, the chances are in your favor. I always say there's no way you hit the middle tree.
This is for eagle technically, and
Another eagle miss from Carl, but he will settle for the birdie.
yep.
Nice putt.
Yeah.
This was it's great to get the birdie after not a good drive.
Yep.
Carl taking the birdie as well.
I think this hole being marked as a par 5. Honestly, I mean, of course, it doesn't matter for the score because everybody plays it with the same par. But it does make you a little bit better. Like, it makes you feel a bit better when you scramble for that birdie 4.
For sure.
Moving on, hole number 8. Another one of these very short par 3s. This time moving left to right. A lot of players are going forehand here. And I'd say forehand is the most common, probably the most consistent play as well. Though the shape of the fairway does feel like it suits the backhand turnover really well. But just the fact that with a forehand it's usually easy to hit the gap and easy to get somewhere down near the basket. It's a good shot here. A lot of the times you're not parked, but you actually slide a bit right or long of the basket. So usually a good shot leaves you with something inside the circle, maybe not exactly parked.
This was way too early from Roland.
Yeah, I was surprised. The gap with the forehand feels pretty wide. Mathias maybe overcorrecting,
Yeah.
pushing it to the left.
This looks left as well. The lead card struggling a bit with the short hole 8 here.
Yep. And I'm the only one going backhand here, so
I
trying
like
to
the
prove.
backhand play.
Yeah, me too.
That's my play. Oh, and this looks like an ace run. Oi! Good shot.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Yeah, very happy with that one, especially after struggling for the last 3 holes. Good to get one close. And Roland, he was thinking about this one for a while. He had a variety of different gaps. And we might get a pretty funny comment from him pretty soon. Maybe not, but he said sarcastically, or, you know, in a joking manner, why are there so many trees on this course? Able to find many of them on this hole.
I mean, if you go early right on this hole, you will get into trouble, as you see Roland has done. And he will have to settle for, what is it, double?
Yeah, double.
Wow.
He's putting for double now, so a pretty shocking result, honestly, on such a...
Exactly.
Such an
he
easy
will not
hole.
be happy about that, for sure.
Yeah. Now this is Mathias for par. Not the easiest putt either, but very solid.
Good putt.
Yeah, his stroke is looking pretty clean. I like the release.
Yeah.
Nice angle.
And a good birdie from you there. Nice.
Yep, happy to get that one. And somehow, even with all the struggles, I'm 3 under, which is the same score as yesterday here. So, feeling quite okay about that. It's a funny course. I feel like you can struggle a lot and still shoot a solid round in the end, because at any point you can just start birding a lot of holes.
Yeah, as soon as you stay away from the bogeys, or as long as you stay away from the bogeys, the score will be decent. The birdies will come. The holes are short and birdieable.
For sure. And hole 9, while it doesn't seem short with 115 meters there on the card, it plays pretty short with the downhill. A lot of players throwing putters or mid-ranges here. Or you can see some fairway driver forehands, but really putter or straight mid-ranges the play here. Double mando, if you miss the double mando, you go to a drop zone. So very important to hit the gap. It's a wide gap though, so unless you have an early release or a slip, you're usually not going to miss it.
Wow, perfect shot. Was it the same disc you threw on hole 8?
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Just a straight putter. Once again, this hole with no wind, I'd say it plays so much easier because you can throw that glidey disc if you want.
Yeah. Bit too low, but a great skip. He will have a circle 1 putt for birdie as well. Carl a bit too early, and this is probably missed, or was it?
Yeah, he missed the mando. I don't know what happened. It looked like he kind of rushed the pull through on that shot somehow. But Roland,
This looks
perfect
great.
release. Yeah, he's so good at this shot.
Wow.
In round 1 he slipped and missed the mando, but that shot looks so routine when he gets to play it in good conditions.
Carl, I think he was just laying it up from there. It's risky to go for it from the drop zone, because if you airball it, you will have like a 7 to 8 meter putt for the bogey, which is quite nerve-wracking. And Mathias missing his birdie putt a bit to the left.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we're actually tied with Mathias for the lead. And Roland also here just tapping in. We have a 3-way tie at the top, which is pretty cool. I really didn't even realize during the round that this was the case, as it felt like we all did such different things on the front nine. And Carl dropping a bit back, but he's definitely in the game still. But you can see a lot of players in the field are shooting quite well. See Björn, Ellert and Herman and Pedro Luis Carvalho also. All of them are chasing us down, so that lead card spot is gonna be behind some good work for Carl if he wants to stay there.
You have some Icelandic guys coming for you.
Yep, let's hope we see one of them on the lead card in the final round. Thank you guys for watching, and me and Blær will catch you at the back.
Yes, sir.